What's going on, everybody? Syracuse and Buffalo Sports here. You know, I said I deleted a lot of videos and said I was just going to kind of stop making any videos, but I think that occasionally I'm going to come on here and make a video for, whoever decides to watch it. I still have no voice from yesterday. What a truly incredible experience I got to have at the Miami and Syracuse game. Truly, this Syracuse team this year managed to burst through my cynicism because it took me a really long time to buy into this team, to be a team that could do what was done today. And I have to say, when this team really got me to buy in was the Virginia Tech game. Come back from down 21-3 and have the resilience that this team has. And to come back down from 21-0 today is something different than I've seen from Syracuse football in the entire time that I have been a fan, which admittedly has not been a super long time. Really, when you think about it, I mean, I'm only 24, but I became truly a fan of the Cuse when I was 13, when, my grandfather took me to games. And I can remember exactly when I was totally cemented as a fan is when we were playing Boston College in 2013. We needed to win to get bowl eligible. We honestly really weren't expected to win the game. Boston College had Andre Williams, who was like a Heisman contender at the time. They were, 7-4, pretty good team, really better than the record said. And it was looking pretty bad. I think Terrell Hunt had thrown an interception, and we were down by 4. But then we got the ball back, and in 75 seconds drove the ball and scored with 6 seconds left. Terrell Hunt throwback pass to Josh Paris for the touchdown, and that was that. And then we got to a bowl game back when bowls meant more than they do now, and we beat Minnesota in the Texas Bowl. So but this is different. This team is different. We had a team in 2018 under Dino Babers go 9-3. This team is different than that team. And for the main reason that, listen, I'm not on here to trash Dino Babers at all. I think he's a class act, and I think he's a good coach. I truly do. I don't think Dino is a bad coach. I don't know that he ever brought the energy to the sideline that Fran Brown does. Fran Brown, God, I freaking love this guy. I mean, I just love, and I mean, the guy's a rookie coach. He came up from a position coach, so, there were games this year, and decisions made at times where you're like kind of pulling your hair out because, but that comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. He's what came from a position coach all the way up to head coach. That is a heck of a job. And I am just so blown away. I could not have imagined how good this team would be. There was a lot of talk that I didn't buy into about how good Syracuse is going to be, because it's like, oh, wow, I mean, I've heard this one before. We'll see what the guy can do as a coach. He coached circles around Mario Cristobal yesterday. Circles. And what an honor in my life to get to storm the field for a third time in my life. I stormed the field against Clemson in 2017 when we won. I, by absolute luck, went out to a Wake Forest, North Carolina game. North Carolina came back, and it was almost, man, it almost feels like a similar game to the one I watched yesterday, where they were down big, 48-27, and they managed to rally back and win 58-55. And I stormed the field with the North Carolina fans. And then today, to get to do it again. And this is why I'm always gonna go to games. You have to go to games. Get out there and go to the games. I mean, especially if you live in the Syracuse area. Life's too short, man. Have these experiences. Go to these games, man. We all need to go support Syracuse. Let me tell you, I've lived through some awful seasons. You've seen me come on here and post some epic-ass Syracuse rants. But I am still here, and I always will be. Always be an SU fan. I've missed 2 games at the Dome since 2013. One was because I had a football game. The other was I went to my good buddy's wedding. So, my God, to come back from 21-0, and then, obviously another game where you come back 21-3, this team's different, man. They don't give up, and I think it comes from Fran Brown and the fire that he brings to that sideline. And those guys love playing for him. They don't. There's no quit. There's no quit in this Syracuse team. None. They've had some stinkers, some eggs. You'd love to have the Stanford and BC game back. That sucks. I mean, Pitt, we just kind of gave ourselves no chance. So you had certainly some games where it's like, but I think the future looks bright. And I know you could say, Cynic could say, well, how are they going to replace Kyle McCord? Well, I don't know if there's enough talk about this Jakari Williams guy. That's who I kind of think is going to take the throne. And then, dual threat quarterback, and he's a guy that, is great. I love Kyle McCord. It's been a treat having him this season. And God, I just hope that he does great in the pros. Fucking love that guy, man. He's going to be cemented in SU history. But, he was kind of a one-year rental. This Jakari Williams guy is the guy that we can, kind of groom and build him to be the quarterback for this team. And maybe more of an Eric Dungy type, a Donovan McNabb type. That's what, you hope. What you hope for that he becomes. That may not be in his freshman year, but sophomore year he gets better, and you just want to see that potential. And let me tell you, this Fran Brown, the New Jersey ties that he has for recruiting are huge. He's a great recruiter. Look what he brought in with the transfer portal this year. You look at these receivers. Look at the freaking plays they're out there making. Guys like Jackson Meeks. Guys like Daryl Gill. How about Justin Ross Simmons this season, man? And I got a chance when I was out on the field to tell him, you're a dog, man. Because when Daryl Gill fumbled in the Virginia Tech game, Fran sat him the rest of the game and said to Justin Ross Simmons, this is your opportunity. What does he do? Take it for a 55-yard touchdown. That's what a dog does. Gets his opportunity, takes advantage of it. (23) Willis fumbles. The other 23, who I got a picture with after the game, picks it up for him. He says, don't worry, 23, I got you. God, man. God. What more can you even say about it? Kyle McCord, 380 yards. only Syracuse quarterback to go over 4,000 yards passing. What did he have, 27, 28 touchdowns? This guy was an Iron Man. We asked a lot of him, and he delivered. He delivered. You know, going forward, we'll have to try to be a better team out of a bye week. That's for sure. But this is, I truly do feel like we're on the up and up. You know, the Schaefer years, you know, some of the Dino years were tough. And to credit to Dino, there's a lot of players on this team right now that are a foundation for what we are building. Trevor Pena, Dino guy. Marlo Wax, Dino guy. I mean, who else can you think of at wide receiver? I mean, there's guys that I can't think of them all. But there's a lot of guys on that team. Obviously, Fran Brown, first-year coach. So there's going to be a lot of guys on this team. Dino guys. I think Jakari Williams was actually a Dino guy. So, you know, credit to him. Dino did great things here. Did really good things here in Syracuse. Really good things. But my God, what a win, man. What a win. God, what a win. That's a win that energizes this city and this fan base. And God almighty, we need to start filling that fucking dome like we did yesterday. All the time. Okay? We gotta bring it. Amazing what's happened when we filled that building. They've treated us to some great games. You know, not all of them have gone our way, the sellout type games, but Jesus, man, when we fill up that building, we're a tough freaking place to play, man. Tough freaking place to play. That, with how loud that building gets, you have to scream to talk to the person next to you. Let me tell you, as a football fan, this is the shit you live for. This is what we live for. Now my Bills just got to get a win against the 49ers today, and hopefully we can clinch the division. But I had to tell you, there's going to be a lot of snow. Have a good one.